In 1912, two brothers named Allan and Malcolm Loughead rolled a hand-built biplane out of a garage in Santa Barbara, California. They spelled their name Loughead. Nobody could pronounce it. Their airplanes were fast, elegant, and expensive. And after World War I flooded the market with cheap surplus planes, their company collapsed. Most people would have quit. Allan didn't. In 1926, he tried again. This time, he spelled it phonetically, Lockheed. And from that decision, one of the most important companies in American history was born. By the 1930s, Lockheed was building the fastest passenger planes in the world. During World War II, they produced the P-38 Lightning Fighter, a plane so distinctive, the Germans called it the fork-tailed devil. But the real Lockheed story starts after the war, when a small team of engineers set up a secret division in Burbank, California. They called it the Skunk Works. Skunk Works became legendary. In just 8 months in 1943, they built the P-80, America's first operational jet fighter. Then came the U-2 spy plane, flying at 70,000 feet to photograph the Soviet Union. Then the SR-71 Blackbird. Even today, 60 years later, still the fastest air-breathing aircraft ever built. Mach 3.3, Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. in 64 minutes. Then the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first stealth aircraft, invisible to radar. Every one of these was built by a company that started in a garage. Meanwhile, across the country, a completely different company was rising. In 1912, the same year the Loughead brothers built their first plane, a former exhibition pilot named Glenn Martin started building airplanes in Los Angeles. Martin's company built the bombers that fought both world wars, the B-26 Marauder, the B-10. Later, Martin Marietta built the Titan rockets that launched Gemini astronauts. They built the Viking landers that touched down on Mars in 1976. They put the external tank on the space shuttle. Two aviation dynasties growing in parallel for 83 years. Then, in 1995, they merged. $10 billion. Overnight, Lockheed Martin became the largest defense contractor in the world. Today, the numbers are staggering. $71 billion in annual revenue, over 100,000 employees, contracts in every major weapons and space program the U.S. operates. The F-35 Lightning II, the most expensive weapons program in history, over $2 trillion in projected lifetime cost, built by Lockheed. Hypersonic missiles designed to travel faster than Mach 5, built by Lockheed. Missile defense systems like THAAD and Aegis, space-based sensors watching the entire globe, GPS satellites, NASA's Orion capsule, the spacecraft that will carry astronauts back to the moon and eventually to Mars. And inside a heavily guarded facility in California, Skunk Works is almost certainly building things we won't hear about for another 30 years. The successor to the SR-71, sixth-generation stealth fighters, directed energy weapons, autonomous combat drones. Here's what makes the Lockheed Martin story worth telling. Every major American defense and space program of the last 80 years has their fingerprints on it. And it all traces back to two garage startups from 1912, one run by brothers who couldn't pay their rent, and one run by a stunt pilot who kept crashing his airplanes. The next time you see a fighter jet overhead, or a rocket launching, there's a good chance you're watching the legacy of those two garages. Not everything from a garage becomes Apple. Sometimes it becomes something even bigger, the machinery of the modern era itself.